Hey, how we doing? Happy Friday to you. Making sure I got this started. Yes, I do. All right, hope you had yourself a great week. You're ready to get into the weekend. So my name is David here, talking about how to basically take care of your health and wellness and fitness, even no matter what your age, especially I'm talking about 50 and over, and even if you've had little to no success before. So I'm going to do a little different style than what I normally do. But this is something that's come up for me. It's some of the posts I've had, some of the interactions I've had, and it's kind of going, are you old? Question to kind of think about. Well, first, basically, to be able to answer that question, you got to define what old means. And then once you get the definition, once you get that definition, my question is, what are you doing about it? Because probably think about this: when you were little kid, what would you say old? Someone says, "Yeah, I'm 40." It's like, "Oh, whoa, you're old." It's like, wait a minute, kid, I'm only 40. And then as you get a little older, that old can be pushed farther and farther away. And then sometimes you get there and you go, man, I remember my parents or grandparents, they seem to be so old, and here you are at that age, and it's like, no, this ain't old. Just taking little notes here, kind of jotted down, and it's like, okay, what does that mean then? And you follow me for a little bit, you understand that when I was in college, I don't know how it happened, what was the reason for it, but I did several research papers on the effects of basically exercise taking care of the body and on aging, and that's one of the driving factors between balance and the triad here. And um, so I kind of looked at my studies and what I kind of worked into, and so we've talked about several times on this channel and on through the different things here is that you have chronological age, which means how long you live, and biological, how old your body is, and that can change because you've seen people that are much older than what they look to be, and sometimes much younger than what they are. And one of the things I know for myself is I eat fairly healthy. I exercise my body. I lift weights, and because of that, I'm actually one of the top percentages for my age group. And if you were to do that, if you were to lift, say, lift resistance training 2 times a week, at least 2 times a week, go through, do that, take care of yourself, eat healthy, and you're going to be up there in the 1% as well. Because I can go through and see several people my age and younger. I can go circles around them. So let me kind of consider this. How well do you take care of your vehicles? Do you make sure there's tires on there? You change the oil. If there's a problem with the brakes, do you take care of that? You try to at least keep it clean. And if you didn't do any of those things, what would happen to the vehicle? Basically, then breaking down. The tires were shredded. You couldn't run it. The brakes wouldn't work anymore. Engine would seize up because you didn't change the oil. The paint job would look really bad and probably start falling apart. I mean, think about the same thing to your house. If you don't take care of your lawn, if you don't take care of the outside, if something happens with the plumbing, you don't got water working in the house, you don't pay PG&E electricity coming in, your body's the same way. And it's interesting because I think sometimes people think they don't have time to exercise. It's like, well, how much time do you think you need? And that's one of the things I always promote on here is trying to make sure it's like, okay, what can you do that's going to fit your life? What can we at least find something that you're at least interested in, and let's get you started on that one there. Because yeah, some of the interactions I've had and some of the way that people have with their health, I kind of scratch my head and go, are you doing anything to improve yourself? And regardless of what's happened in life, yes, there's injuries that can happen, there's illnesses, there's wear and tear in the body that can happen for a variety of things. If you play a lot of sports like that there, yes, joints and stuff, wear and tear. But yet, even with that, there's still a lot of things that you can do to help improve yourself, to take better care of yourself as you get older so you can be around and functional. That's the biggest thing is a lot of times it seems like people just accept that's the way they are. It's like, no, bullshit. Do something about it. Part of it, I think sometimes with the old age too is anti-aging comes up, and it's a term I've never quite liked. Like, you can't anti-age. Aging, it's no choice about it. But society always seems to promote the young, the youthfulness, and that means you got to look that way. So you can take to extremes to try looking that way. Make sure you keep on to your youth. While other cultures, they embrace the elderly. The family lives as a unit, and they actually go through and learn and care for the elderly. And so one of the things that's shifted for me, I mean, during this time here, I've gone through and my learning, my studying, my mind shifted the way I view aging and realize I can make a big difference. You've probably heard me say grow old gracefully. It's like, no, I'm going to keep taking care of myself. I want to keep exercising. I want to keep functioning. I want to do as much as I can to keep myself functioning. As about a year ago, matter of fact, this came up on Facebook Memories. It was an article by Maria Shriver. And I liked it. She's talking about how she's pro-aging. Excuse me. I was like the idea we just kind of mentioned there about how people are taken to extremes. I got to go through extremes to maintain that youthful look. She goes, no, I'm going to embrace growing old. And one thing you probably understand it too is that it's something, growing old is not something that not everybody gets to participate in. But the idea of age is, okay, yes, embrace your youth, embrace the aging process, understand what's going on. Realize, no, it doesn't mean you stop there and just let it happen. No, still exercise, take care of yourself, eat right, take supplements that can help out, get the clothes that make you feel good and look good. All these processes to embrace who you are and a lifetime of learning to come. What have you gained through your lifetime? What learning will pass on? And then how many people you know when they retire, they just still sit around and do nothing? I mean, I have a hard time comprehending that because, of course, I don't work in a standard job. Is what new purposes can you do? What new chapters in your life can you start writing? It's not over with. Just kind of trying to understand are you old? And a lot of times that might be your mindset is old, and that's what makes the rest of you old too. Make some changes. That's one of the things I'm going for here is, just to take care of yourself. Realize, body, mind, and spirit. Eat right, exercise, do resistance training. You don't need a full gym membership to do this. There are plenty of ways you can do just at home. Go for walks. Again, eat healthy, get plenty of rest. And if there is a problem with your rest and sleeping, what's the reason behind it? Let's track that down. Let's find out what's going on. Exercise your mind. Find your spiritual connections, whatever it be, and realize, I would say age is just a number, and I've seen some of the memes, and now age is a 3-letter word in English. But just realize, are you old? I think it mostly comes down to that's your choice. It's whether you choose to sit around and let the body get old and decrepit, or whether you choose to get older and still maintain your health and vitality by the choices you make. That's a fun one. Next, this is going to kind of continue this conversation here. Let me know in the comments. What have you done? Where have you realized, was there a point in your life where, okay, I'm getting old, I'm older, or did you were able to make a shift and say, okay, here's what changes? And how do you compare it to a lot of your peers? Like I said, right now, I'm in better shape than a lot of people decades younger than me. And I got friends that are at least a decade older than me, and they can still run circles around me. So it all depends on the choices you make. All right. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in that comments. Let me know what is old to you and how do you handle it, or do you? And then I'll just catch you on Monday. So take care and balancing to you.